Hi, good afternoon. My name is Linda Mercer, and I'm coming to you live from the comfort of my own home. The views and opinions that I'm about to give on this live feed are the views and opinions of my own. I'm also going under the Whistleblowing Act. I'm also going under the freedom of speech. Today, there was an email sent out to employees that talked about how we have decided not to do overtime. And it was put out to the media that employees decided not to do overtime because of a 7-day grievance. That is not true. I ask that everyone that view this video, I have 5,000 friends. Out of the 5,000 friends I have on Facebook, I ask everyone to share this video. It's time to uncover and reveal all the stuff that a lot of WMATA employees go through. That has to stop. It has to stop. We, as employees, again I say, did not decide that we will not do overtime. We did not do this because of no 7-day grievance. In the last couple of months to the last year or so, WMATA employees are working in a hostile environment. A lot of employees are stressed because of this hostile environment. And it's sad that we can't tell the truth. We are bound by different clauses that we can't speak out. Some don't speak out because they're afraid of the retaliations. Retaliations within this company has been reported. Many of employees have been blackballed because when they speak out, some of the people stick together and they team up and go against that one employee. That has happened to a lot of people here, and it's time to stop it. We, as employees, decided to finally take a stand after we have been hit with a DAP program, a discipline policy. Everything at WMATA is discipline, 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 discipline. These are not working conditions that are safe when we keep talking about a safety culture. They've bought a sick policy, which in our contract we have language for being able to use our sick. If you earn the sick, you should be able to use it the way you want to use the sick. To create a policy that would have went in effect on March the 1st, a lot of people took their name off the list before we even found out about the court thing. The policy that's coming on March the 1st is what prompted this. It's a 369 policy. After 3 unexcused absences, you will be getting a written reprimand. After your 6th one in a 12-month period, now you get a suspension. Once you get to 10, you are terminated. But for the next following year, it's a 24-hour rollover. 24-month rollover. So the next year, you're only allowed 6. Metro has over 13,000 employees. Out of those 13,000 employees, we are human beings. We have mothers that may be ill. We have children that may be ill. We have unforeseen things that happen in our life. It is unpractical for you to sit here and tell employees that you are only allowed 2 unexcused absences a year. Any day a school can call and tell parents that you need to pick up your children. Things go on at the school. You have a lot of single parents, whether it be men or women, that work at this company, that struggle every day to sacrifice their lives and their time with their children to be at this job. A lot of people are mistreated. A lot of people are not treated fairly. You can't even sometimes get a promotion that you qualify for working at WMATA. It's been this way for years. It's time to uncover these things. A lot of these things were shared with every GM that we have had because I was the one who shared it. Today, as a shop steward, I come in contact with plenty of young women that come into this company, and through training, they are forced to have sexual activities with people through the training. Because at some point, when they first come in with their jobs, it's like the pressure is already on you. So you've left one job, or either you're a single mother trying to find your future. And people offer sexual favors, or if you make a mistake while you're in training, you're offered a sexual favor in order to stay in training to make this job. You can't tell, because when you tell, you're blackballed, and people gang up and say, oh no, she was bad anyway. She wasn't going to make it through training. It's time to stop it. Let me say this. I will ask that every one of my church friends or my close church fellowship, I ask that you guys pray for me as I finish this video, because I need to be protected and covered. Because once you pray for me, there's nothing that nobody can do to me once this video is shared. It's time to stop it. There's always been a good old boys club within WMATA. There have been plenty of women that have been sexually assaulted, touched in ways that they don't want to be touched. There's plenty of women that wanted to move forward, and that's how they move forward, because they was forced to do that because they would not stand their ground. It's time to stop it. It's time to reveal it. We will not move back into slavery days. Everything now is a threat to the employees. You can't work under those conditions where your mind is set wondering if you're going to have your job. There's plenty of people that has been forced to retire because of the behavior of people within WMATA. It's time to stop it. It's so many things that's going on within this company. With these new programs, with so much pressure on us, we're taking a stand. We are. Some people don't want to, but some of us said, no, we will not do it anymore. Let's even talk about not being trained. We want to say they want to bring in contractors, but yet you want to talk about a safety culture? What kind of safety culture is that? Bringing in contractors and run something like I ran tonight, which is an 18R, where you don't know where the bus stops. There's no street lights down there. The training at WMATA sometimes is not even the best training that you give to people. So bring the contractors and you'll increase your accidents. You'll increase so many other things. But instead, investing into your employees that are already there. You have a handful of employees that have made WMATA the way it is now with some of the abuse. We know there's some people that abuse probably the sick leave or being off or the workers' comp. But you do not rest on the back of those that are good employees and bring all of this discipline to us. There's a lot of us that have good service records, but yet you want to punish us for those that you allow, because everything that's going on, this authority allowed it years ago. But you can't come in and just put your foot on people's neck and make us conform. With all of this, people are divided. People don't trust each other, and we can't work together. This is a big company. This is the nation's capital. We move this city. So as you keep trying to divide us, you will never make a safety culture. You can't do it. Let's talk about some of the people that lately have been attacked by us using Concentra. A BMI is mostly for European people, but we're sending out people. You contracted out our medical. So now today, my division alone, 4 people is being held off, and all the paperwork is not even there to hold them off. Instead of you creating a better work environment, the work environment is getting worse than what we've had in some of the past superintendent or some of the past GMs that we've had. You came in, yes, you shut Metro down when it snowed. Everybody thought this was a good thing, because it was supposed to have been a safety thing. But over the years, it's not safe. It's not safe when you have people out there on the trains. The train is one place that I've talked to people, and there's so much going on down on the rail where the harassment of all types is a monster that rears its ugly head. Where those people are quiet. The safety issues, you want to say something, they can't say nothing, because who will protect them? No one will protect them, because a lot of rail people, as far as the managers and the higher level people, they stick together. So as that employee report things, I guarantee you that employee will be attacked in some type of way, blackballed or everything. I just sat here this weekend and wrote a letter for a female that has been sexually harassed on numerous accounts, and she reported them plenty of times to a supervisor. And today, still nothing has been done, but they tried to write her up and give her a suspension. This is what happens when you speak out. But no more will we do this. We are tired of the treatment that we are receiving, which is unfair treatment in the working conditions that we have. I am taking a stand as an operator, as a female, as an employee. I will take this stand and stand for every member that has been wrong in this company. At this point, we are having people to come back to work, where the doctor still tells them, their doctor tells them, they're not ready to come back to work. But WMATA has partnered with people that tells them they have to come back to work. I have a young man that lost a son that is so depressed. His wife was shot. He lost his son. WMATA has told him he has to come back to work. Do you think that's safe to have this man on a bus full of passengers in the DMV area to operate while his mind is not right? Instead of you giving your employees what they need, the different tools, but yet we come in every day and we're torn down. You come in where managers sometimes don't want to speak to you. They want to go against the contract. These are some of the things that we're talking about of why we're taking a stand. It has nothing to do with the 7-day. Because a lot of us, we don't care about the 7-day. But I'll tell you this. If we call in and say we're fatigued, then we're disciplined. But yet you want to talk about the safety culture of having us out there working 7-day. And not to mention, I've gotten so many calls today from rail people that says when Safe Track is on, all hands on deck. All hands on deck, which means they get to work 7 days on the railway. But they use us for when they need us. Slavery days are over. There are no more slave drivers out here, and we will not be slave driven. We must, WMATA employees, take a stand. We know that everybody can't afford this, but when you look at everything that you work, and I'm mad tonight. I'm really mad because for 15 years, going on 16 years, I have woke up and went to this job. Very rarely have I, and let me say this, my record is perfect. But if I start seeing things that come after me, I can tell you now, I have been doing the good thing of saving every dollar, because I will bring in the best lawyer to fight this if you try to attack me for speaking out. It's time to stop. I will not live my life in fear. I will not. The God that I serve, He says we don't live in fear. Let no man, no woman fear you. It's time for Metro to be held accountable for what they do. For what they do. We sit here and we talk about the employees are being paid too much. We sit here and talk about freezing. There's a freeze on job. We're putting lies out to the public. There is no freeze on job. Metro still hiring bus operators. There's classes going on. Every day there's emails that we get talking about all these people that's being hired and appointed to different positions in high-paying dollar jobs. But yet you want to go to the black neighborhoods and you want to cut service. You want to cut the buses. What you do is stop putting bad information out to the public about the ridership being down and get out there and do the jobs and make the people that do ride the buses pay. You're robbing DC all day long by telling the employees to hit the student key when students are going into Maryland. Stop trying to lie on us as the frontline employees and make us look bad that we make all this money and we do nothing for the money. We come in, we work overtime. I just got a guy call me and they tell him he's due off at 8 o'clock, but he's a strategic. He has to work till 10. We do these things because a lot of us love what we do. But they go before the media and they lie on us and make us look bad. So again, and I will continuously say, I hope that everybody on here share this video. Let the public know that we sacrifice our lives every day, that we wake up and we go out here and move the trains, move the buses, fix the elevators, escalators, go to the power department, add power, make power in the lightings, make power on the tracks, which is dangerous. And not to mention, a lot of times, a lot of the equipment that we have to use do not even work. A lot of times the buses, we have to take a bus from the cripple power to make the line, but we're told by supervisor, oh, take that bus out. If you say you can't take that bus or that train, oh, you're refusing work? No, we're not refusing work. Oh, and then the next thing is you're insubordinate. But these things are in the rules that we have to either have a conscious mind to say what I will do and what I won't do. But sometimes we sacrifice it and we go out here and we do it because we're afraid. We're afraid of what will happen to us. As to talk about the 21 track walkers, let's talk about them too. Yes, they terminated them after the 20 days. We have a contract. We have a contract. Those are the things that we as employees are upset about. We're not upset about you taking nothing to court for no 7-day ruling. That's not it. That's not it at all. But there has been so many things piled on us in the last month or so. And it's time to stop it. Your policy, your ethnic policy. That policy wants to be all in our business. Your social media policy, your DAP policy, your absenteeism policy. These are the things that has brought us to the point that this is the straw that breaks the camel back. Not that 7-day ruling. So I say again, and I will continuously say, for everyone that's on here, share this video. Share it. And let's go back to talk about the young women. I'm going live to let everybody know that I sent out to every department, civil rights, I sent it to employee relations, and I gave a copy to the GM. There's the names of the people who sexually assaulted these women and the names of the women that was assaulted. Some of the people still currently works there. That's a passion to me because I have daughters. I do not want them to go to a job where they feel uncomfortable that they have to take this. It needs to stop. And I say to our leader of this union, these are things that we need you to step up too and deal with the safety issues. We need to put more of the safety issues out there. Another thing, the operators are forced to use a bus that's unsafe, but because we say no more overtime, we have been complaining about a 8,000 series bus in the Shield, and we still been, it says, okay, well, the FTA says we're not protecting you enough, so we make it mandatory. We still getting assaulted with a shield on the bus. Go to the train operators. The doors opening. We know there's malfunctionings with the trains and with the keyboard. I've never been a train operator, but here's some of the things. So if I'm saying the terminology wrong, but the doors opening up. And instead of you investigating what is the mechanical problems wrong with that train when the doors open up on the wrong side, the first thing you want to do is go back and discipline that operator by suspending them 20 and 30 days or terminate them. Just like the train derailment up at not Tacoma Park, up at the station where they went through to make sure that she wasn't on her cell phone. That operator lost her life working WMATA. And the first thing they did, want to fault her. But you didn't look at the malfunctions. This company has went downhill over the years due to lack of professional management and poor management. And we're not talking about management from the mid-level management. We're talking about all the way the high-level management, the ones that make the $400,000, $300,000, and $200,000. You micromanage from the desk. You cannot micromanage from the desk. Come on the front line and see what it is that we deal with. Come on the front line and see the equipment that we have to work with, and we make it work with that equipment. But now that you want to put so much discipline on our back, we say we have to stop in order to save our jobs. We have to stop it. So no, take back to the media and let them know it's not about the 7-day. It's about the threats that you put on us. And that email that was sent out today, we talk about bullying. We talk about bullying in the workplace. That's a bully email all day long. That's a bully email that was sent out to every employee to strong arm us and tell us we have to work. Anytime you are working outside of your 5 scheduled days, that's volunteer work. And I do not have to work volunteer work. So to the public, and like I said, I have 5,000 friends on here, and I ask every 5,000 friends, no matter what city you in, share this video. But to the 5,000 friends that I have on here and the safety culture that we in, you talking about bringing in contractors. That's an unexperienced person that you're going to put behind a train. That's an unexperienced person that you're going to put behind a bus. That's an unexperienced person that you're going to put on the track to fix the tracks. That's an unexperienced person that you're going to put as a mechanic to fix that bus. That's an unexperienced person that you're going to put in the power department. So you want to bring contractors in? It takes 9 weeks to train a train operator. So as you bring them in, next week? They're going to be ready to run a train by next week with all the people that still ride the rail? You're going to put contractors on the rail? You're going to put contractors on the bus? Training is not even good for the ones that's already coming in because you're rushing them through. You're still having classes for them. They're not getting the training that a lot of us received back in the day. So go back and fix your departments before you attack your frontline workers. Know how to treat us. If we are treated right, we will work good. When we're treated wrong, then guess what? It stresses us out. It puts us in a hostile environment. And no, we don't want to come to work. We don't want to come to work when on mechanical side, they have their manager that actually use profanity at them when he's speaking to them. A manager that brings beer to work and put it in the refrigerator. And yes, I sent the picture to Paul Weederfield and I sent it to employee relations, showing that this manager brings beer to work. If he's drunk at work, and sometimes when people get drunk, they tend to talk to people in a certain way. So if the beer was in the refrigerator and the people have been complaining of how he treat them, was anything done? No, because this manager is still on the property. So please, don't attack your frontline workers. We love what we do. We love our customers and we want to work. But under these type of conditions, we can't come to work smiling. Not all of us. Some of us do. And you telling people that are sick that they have to come back to work or they don't have a job. You telling us when we could use our sick leave. You telling us when we could use our vacation that we earn. We have employees that have not been off for a whole year. We have employees that have not been off for 3, 4, 5 years. But they come to you one time and they have one concern, that this day I need to be off. And what do we hear when we walk in the door? Oh no, manpower. You can't take off. The manpower is terrible. But yet, every division in bus is over. Every division is over. You're going against the contract anyway because y'all stuck them on the board. And you're giving them work over top of people that picked on the board. There's no respect to the contract at this point. That's why we're angry. That's why we mad. It don't have nothing to do about that. You're disrespecting the employees. You don't come by. No one comes by and tell people, job well done, good job. After being here every day for 1 month and not missing a day, sometimes working 6 days a week. We used to have incentives. They used to give you something for coming to work every day like that. That's a dedication. It's hard to do that. Please, employees, we must take a stand. This has to stop. And before I go, I got to go here. This is another thing. This is the biggest thing why employees are taking a stand. The word has been put out that you want to take away our high fours. You want to take away our retirement. When you work here for 20 and 30 something years, and you talking about taking a person's retirement, that's just like a spoiled marriage that I stayed in for 20 something years and then you walk away with divorce. These are the reasons. We have documents that says, matter of fact, let me show you one. This is one of the policies, the reason why, the absenteeism policy. But there's a bill that just came out that they want to open up the compact and you want to go after our retirement. When we came here, we signed an agreement that said we would have a 401k. A high full. You want to change us to a 401k? And listen up, managers. Oh yeah, those that pay $689 dues, they want y'all out too. So while you sit here and some, not all, some are so harsh on the employees, what you gonna do when they rob you? Because that's robbing you. You have yourself set up for the retirement that you came in here with. And now they talking about changing that. But let's talk about, they keep talking about we don't have money for this and we don't have money for that. There's the money there. Because if anybody remember, about a year ago, Paul Weederfield went on the news and said that Metro was in the black. Where's that money from the black? Because one thing about me, I document everything and I keep all of it. I keep the clippings. So now as we try to paint a picture for the public, that's not good. Stop deceiving the public and lying to them. Metro has some great workers. This is the nation's capital. Stop trying to pad it. If you get rid of the Kevin Orr that we're paying 150 something million, get rid of the McKinsey firm that we're paying them 100 something million. There goes some money back in the budget right there. And then the report showing that certain lines, $43,000 in fare evasion. Fix those things while you trying to come after the employees. Workers' compensation, build some of our building, a brand new building. We report things and those things sit there at the LSC meeting. I keep bringing them up. They get escalated, but that's all it does is get escalated. And it has not went nowhere else. So you guys created this. You fix it. Don't fix it on our backs by trying to terminate us, suspend us, and push us out the door. You want to terminate us and say we have no health care. But how do you feel if you had no health care? I'll ask and I'm not talking about superintendents, assistant superintendents, but I'm talking about higher than you guys. Answer this question. If you lost your child, how many days are you going to take off? Just 3? I bet you not. If your mom passes away or your dad passes away, how many days will you take off? 3? I bet you not. You are no different than the frontline workers. I see a lot of top level managers be out sick for a while. But if we go out one day, there's a problem. Public, know this. Also, we put in a slip. We don't just take off. We take off because we put in a slip. We request off and they deny it. A doctor thought I possibly had breast cancer. I put in a slip because I needed a biopsy. And we all know that breast cancer, early detection is the best thing for breast cancer. I put a slip in 2 weeks before my appointment. A day before my appointment, I find out it's denied. What do you expect the employees to do? So when you denying us like that, we have to take the next best step is to go slick. Because we're going to make those doctor's appointments. We're going to make appointments for our parents. Come on, stop it, Metro. Stop it. We are human beings, and we would like to be treated like human beings. Peace. I'm out. I'm mad, and I'll take whatever come to me after making this video. But you better be ready for what I'm going to bring back to you, because this has to stop. Slavery days are over. There is no more of that. We will stand up for what's right.